Coming up on this week's Falcon Fever, find out how the men's basketball team did in the NCAA Division II tournament.
And the baseball team came back strong after a weather canceled their last series.
Plus, the tennis team hit the road for 3 matches. Falcon Fever starts now. Hello and welcome to this edition of Falcon Fever. I'm Michael Artris.
And I'm Lauren Altaffer. Thanks so much for joining us. The men's basketball team competed in the NCAA Division II tournament over the break. Montevallo fell short in the Peach Belt Championship game to USC Aiken 2 weeks ago, losing 65-60.
But the Falcons still earned an at-large bid to play Barton College in the first game of the NCAA Division II tournament. The first half got off to a slow and sloppy start. Fortunately for the Falcons, they were able to keep Barton in check with the exception of Gerald Boston, who finished the half with 24 points. Montevallo was able to cut the lead to 1 as they went into halftime, down 37-36.
In the second half, Montevallo was able to keep Boston in check, holding him to just 10 for a total of 34 for the game. However, the Falcons were unable to keep the pace with the Bulldogs. Teron Brown finished with 26 points but fouled out near the end. One positive note from the game was that Silas Mills played well coming off the bench, adding 12 points and 12 boards for the Falcons. Coach said after the game that things just didn't go right for the team.
I just think it was one of those days. I mean, we had 25 offensive rebounds, and I can't tell you how many layups we missed. I mean, I got the rim, and it just didn't finish. And we were up 3 right there, and gave up those threes back to back, and that hurt us right there. And we still had an opportunity and just couldn't make a shot.
The season may have come to an end, but the postseason awards kept coming, as both sophomore Teron Brown and senior Drico Hightower were both named to the National Association of Basketball Coaches All-Region team. Congratulations, guys, and well done. Switching from the hardwood to the links, the men's golf team used the break from class to play in 2 big tournaments on the season's home stretch. On March 18th and 19th, the Falcons traveled to Palm Bay, Florida to compete in the Panther Invitational at the Majors Golf Club. As a team, the Falcons shot 910 strokes over the 3-round tournament, finishing in 5th place, just 10 shots from the lead. Freshman Dalton Skinner led the Falcons throughout the weekend, winning the individual title, shooting an even par 216. Dalton's strong play was key for the Falcons, and junior Connor Godsey shot 8 over par to finish in 10th place individually. On March 25th through the 26th, the Falcons entered the Bearcat Classic tournament in Greenwood, South Carolina, looking to continue their strong season. The Falcons show 915 strokes as a team, finishing in 11th place, 37 strokes behind first place. Junior Connor Godsey led the Falcons, shooting 6 over par individually, placing him in a tie for 12th place, while freshman Juan Nose finished in 33rd place with 12 strokes over par. Montevallo will travel to Miami Beach, Florida to take part in the Buccaneer Invitational on April 1st and 2nd, then take a bit of a break until the PBC Championship Tournament at Callaway Gardens in Pine Mountain, Georgia on April 18th through the 20th.
The baseball team was in action over spring break. After dropping their first conference series of the season to Columbus State and seeing their scheduled series against Southern Indiana canceled due to passing storm front, the Falcons look to rebound at the home against North Alabama. The Falcons came away with a 7-6 win thanks to go-ahead run in the top of the 9th inning from junior Jackson Slade. Slade led the Falcons offensively as he finished 2 for 3 at the plate with a homer and a double. Junior Alex Guilford allowed 2 runs and 3 hits with 1 strikeout in 2 innings in relief as he picked up the win and improved to 5-0 on the mound this season. The guys then traveled to South Carolina to take on Lander University in the 3-game series match March 23rd through the 24th. In Game 1, the Falcons fell 11-4 with Willoughby leading the Falcons offensively as he went 2 for 4 at the plate with a double and scored 1 run. Senior starter Michael Shreves took the loss on the mound after giving up 7 runs and 8 hits with 1 strikeout and 1 walk-on in 5 innings of action.
The Falcons won the second game 4-3 when freshman Jeremy Hyde drove in senior Andrew Hill with an RBI single in the top of the 8th inning. Hill led Montevallo as he finished 2 for 4 at the plate and scored 1 run. Junior Josh Clemon picked up the win on the mound after giving up just 3 earned runs on 7 hits with 8 strikeouts and 5 walks in his complete second game effort of the season. However, the men lost the final game in the series 12-5, giving Lander University the series win. Sophomore Vinny Rodriguez led the Falcons at the plate as he finished 3 for 4 with a double and drove in 2 runs. Junior Alex Guilford suffered his first loss of the season. He allowed 8 runs, including 7 earned runs on 11 hits with 4 strikeouts and 2 walks in 4 innings on the mound.
Next for the Falcons, they host USC Aiken March 29th through the 30th in a 3-game series. They then travel April 2nd to take on the University of West Alabama, and then again on April 3rd to play the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Switching
gears to tennis, the Falcons look to bounce back from a loss to Columbus State 1 week ago today. The team's 3-match road trip started with the match against the Francis Marion Patriots. Stepping on the court, women's tennis had some tough matches. First up, a matchup against PBC rival Francis Marion. The Falcons were swept by Francis Marion in this conference match, falling 9-0 on March 17th. The Patriots came into the match ranked number 11 in the latest Intercollegiate Tennis Association NCAA Division II women's tennis rankings. Falcons 6-6 overall and 2-5 in conference matches, dropped all 6 singles and all 3 doubles against Francis Marion. The Falcons returned to action March 18th with a match on the road at UNC Pembroke. The team defeated UNC Pembroke 6-3 in a PBC match. Junior Haley Highfield completed her match first in singles play. Highfield sliced and diced the competition UNC Pembroke's Hannah Herlocker, winning 6-4, 6-3 in the number 3 singles seat. Next, the Falcons, still on the road, fell to Flagler College 6-3. The university gained 2 out of 3 double points, but couldn't keep the momentum. Today, the women's tennis team lost to the BYU Hawaii, ending in a 9-0 loss in a non-conference match. Sophomore Nikki Polsarova, reigning Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week, fell to Anna Wang of BYU Hawaii in the number 1 singles match. Polsarova, ranked number 11 in the latest ITA NCAA Division II Southeast Region singles matching rankings, had a tough match but dropped the match 6-1, 6-0 against Wang, who is ranked number 1 among singles players in the ITA NCAA Division II West region. This making the Falcons 7-8 overall and 3-6 in conference matches. This brings us to our Falcon Fever Fan of the Week.
This week's featured fan is Dr. Tiffany Wang. Dr. Wang is a communication studies professor at the university and interacts with the Falcon Fever crew through Twitter and Facebook. She left us many comments and tweets during the PBC championship game. Thanks for following us, and we appreciate your support, Dr. Wang. Remember, you can get more Falcon Fever on YouTube and through social media.
You can watch current and past episodes of Falcon Fever on the Masscom YouTube channel. Just search for Montevallo for You.
And be sure to add us as a friend on Facebook or subscribe to us. There you'll find links to sports stories throughout the week and live updates from the games. You can also leave a comment, talk about recent games, or give a shout out to your favorite athlete.
You can also follow us on Twitter. Just search for Falcon Fever, and if you do, leave us a comment on our Facebook or Twitter, and we might feature it on next week's show.
And last but not least, you can also get extended sports coverage on MontevalloFalcons.com. There you can also find team rosters, live stats, pictures, and more.
Now, before we go, we want to take a minute to wish a very happy birthday to our professor and executive producer, Mr. Bruce Finklea.
Thank you, Mr. Finklea, for all that you do in teaching us and preparing us for our futures in news. Happy birthday.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show.
Be sure to tune in again next week. We'll see you then.